Hey, it's Biggie, you're in my kitchen. Today, we're gonna do legit, are you ready? Legit Butterburger sliders. And you'll see why they're gonna be legit. So I'm gonna suit up and get ready. Just remember, you can put whatever you want on them. You don't have to duplicate what I'm doing as far as your toppings or cheeses or anything. You make it the way you like it. But this is the legit stuff. So let me suit up and we'll get this going. All right, everybody, so here we go. What we're gonna do to mix my legit Butterburger sliders is something that no one else does. And that is, they fry their meat in butter. They don't put butter in their meat or inject it however they want to get it there. So what we're gonna do, we got about a pound of ground beef here, a little bit more. And it's lean. I like lean meat, so it's a 92% lean. We have a stick of butter that's soft, it's room temperature soft. We have garlic, we have pepper, we have salt. We're gonna mix this in, put in the butter, right directly into the meat, so it's a legitimate Butterburger. And then we're gonna do a half a teaspoon of each into this slider mixture. Okay. A half a teaspoon. I like the kosher salt. It kind of flavors a little bit better than regular salt than the iodine. Iodized, whatever. There's the pepper. There's a half of that. A little more. Everybody likes pepper. And the garlic. That's it. A little more garlic too, because everyone likes garlic. Alright. Now we're going to mix all that in. And we're going to put it in our pan. And it's going to go into the oven at 350. For 25, 30 minutes, depending on your oven. You know your oven better than I do. So all I'm doing here is mixing this up. I'm distributing the salt, pepper, and garlic into the meat as well as the butter. We want that butter throughout because we are going to make legitimate Butterburgers. Now I know some of the restaurant owners will sit there and come in here and start hating. But truth is, they don't do this. They know it, I know it, and they don't even use butter. They use products called Whirl and Pure. Google them, you'll see what I'm talking about. They're butter alternatives. They're far cheaper. They actually do taste like butter, but it ain't butter, and you can never substitute the real deal. So we have this all mixed up nice. 2 hands mix it good. And then we're going to take our little pan here, and we're going to pop that in. See how easy that is? It's as easy as you get. I am going to scrape this butter out of this bowl though. Get it on my fingers so when I get this stuff all pressed in here. And I'll show you when I'm done. This pan is absolutely the perfect size for what we're going to do. Of course, ground beef, most meats have some shrinkage, right? As the fats cook out, this is real lean. It shouldn't go too bad on the shrinkage. Maybe, a couple percent. However, we're putting these on the King Hawaiian buns, but we're using the savory butter. A slider does not belong on sweet bread as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to put these on the Kings. I'll show you that as soon as I'm done here and I strip my gloves so I don't cross-contaminate anything. And all you want to do is just press it in, get it to where you want it to go. Okay, we're going to cook that, then we'll assemble it, and it'll go back in the oven after this is cooked. Now my oven, this should be about 20 to 25. I've preheated it. I've let it preheat for a good half hour in advance. You want to try and get it as level as you can so everything stays cooked evenly. And then this way, no one gets a thinner piece of burger. And they're legit Butterburger. Here we go with this. Let me strip this off. If I can. There we go. Butter makes it a little rough. I'm going to throw this in the oven in a second, but see, here's what we're using. Right there, the King Savory Buttery Rolls. And if you see it, you see how it just about fits perfectly to that meat. When it shrinks down, it's ideal. And what a coincidence on the size, right? It's not like I did this before. All right, guys, we'll pull it out when we're done, and we'll assemble it, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, you can see that's done. Can't beat that with a stick, right? So what we're going to do Move this out of the way for a quick second. Here's our bottom. Just slice it with your butter knife, with your bread knife. I put some butter, melted butter in the bottom of that pan that's seasoned. And I'm going to put a little bit on here, some melted butter with some garlic, just so we get a little bit of steaming on the bread. And then, because we know what that is, right? This is tons of butter in there, and the best thing about sliders, when you go to the originators of sliders, is the bun. I mean, they grill them on the grill, and you know, it has the natural juices in there for flavor on that bun. And that's probably how they got their name sliders, but we're gonna, you know, kind of duplicate that particular flavor as much as we can. You can put anything you want on these things, any cheeses, whatever. Whatever it is you like, you do it. It's all about what you like, what your friends and family like. It ain't about nothing else. No one's gonna judge you if you don't like what's on something else that you don't eat. Okay, so we have that on there. Now, because everything is ready to go, and I just messed up. I should have had this ready, and I didn't. Give me 1 sec. It's hard to keep up sometimes with the Joneses, they say, right? We're going to take some cheese on the bottom here. Remember, cheese spreads, so you don't need to go to the edge. It's going to get there anyway. So to do a dozen size, it's 3 on the bottom. Okay. Now we're going to take this thing, a little warm, put that right on top. Look at that. Look at how perfect this fits. You know, it's almost like I did that before. All right, I'm going to take this off for now. And now they're greasy. Don't want to do nothing with that. All right, so on this side, Mary, she's just kind of a cheese girl, you know. She likes her cheddar, and that's it. So she's getting double cheese on hers. On my side, I like the flavor, I like the heat. So I'm going to put down some what I consider pretty delicious stuff. It is Chipotle cheddar cheese. Got a nice smoked chipotle in there. Oh, I'm gonna eat that extra piece. And then we'll kick it off just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit. I get this out of this Ziploc. A little bit of habanero cheese. Not too much, just enough. Just enough to give it to take it a little bit over the edge. All right, so we're golden there. And last but not least, I have to have onions on my side. So I got some Bermuda onion cut up. Sauteed that nice. The more the merrier in here. You know what? Sometimes you just do what you do, right? You just do that. It ain't like I'm serving it to anybody but myself. It makes my life a little bit easier when I'm at home. Alright, take my fingers off. And then you grab a glove here. This is the best part of all this, I think, sometimes. Oh, nice. This will go back in the oven just until the top of the slider buns are browned. We're going to take this butter mixture, which is garlic, unsalted butter, a little bit of sea salt, I mean just a splash, not much, like a couple grains actually, because there's enough salt in there, just in the bread and everything else and in the cheeses. And we're going to do that on the inside as well. Okay. Let me cover this up. Oh, look at how beautiful you actually are. Wonderful stuff going on. So this is probably about maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes in that 350 oven because it's pretty well heated now. And now we're just going to baste the top with that butter. Okay, give them a nice color to them, great flavor. This is just going to be loaded with flavor, guys. You can see what's going on here. This is nothing but flavor. And that's what this is all about. Good flavors, treating ourselves a little bit for good food or fuel, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and let's just use that up. So that mixture is only about 4 tablespoons. I'm sorry, about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons to do that. Now I'm going to put this in the oven, and we will be back in about 10 minutes when it's all done. All right, guys, it's done. It's out of the oven. So all we're going to do now, we're going to cut them. I'm going to cut them in half right where they belong. Okay. These are going to be delicious. They're loaded with flavor. You've seen how they were made. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is, huh? You see the onions in there. You got double cheese. This thing is great. Are you ready for the bite? Because it's coming. All right, so now it's the bite. Let's look at the bottom here. Isn't this great? It's nice and toasted brown. It's soft. You can see the meat is of adequate quantity right here. The onions, the top. This is great. We're ready? Because I am. Wow. You ain't getting this anywhere at any restaurant. You have to do this at home because they're not going to make it the same way. All right, guys, thank you again. Appreciate you watching. Until next time, be good.